Language plays a very important role in our personal and our professional lives. Our words is a way to convey our thoughts, our ideas, our intentions, what we stand for, our values, and that defines our character of who we are as an individual. Power of words not just lies in what we are saying, but how we are saying also. Because our words, our actions make us into who we are as an individual, as a professional, as a person. So it's best advisable to watch your thoughts before they become your words, and watch your words before they become your actions, and watch your actions before they actually become a part of your personality and define your character. Because if these words they become part of your day-to-day habits, day-to-day living, then they also define where you're heading to and what's your destiny. Take the very recent example of Ranveer Alabadia, or Beer Biceps as we know him as well, right? So Ranveer, who's not just an entrepreneur, he's a content creator, he's an influencer, YouTuber, has millions of subscribers and followers. And recently, as a guest on Samay Raina's India's Got Latent show, there were some offensive words that he used. During the show, Ranveer passed very inappropriate and insensitive words and made some offensive statements without any guilt, in a very light, in that fun of a comedy show, because Samay Rana's show was a comedy show. So in that flow of having fun, everybody's laughing, everybody's pulling each other's leg. So he went ahead and made some very offensive statements, and because of that there is a backlash which is coming on him. The online mediums, the social media is flooded with people who are passing angry remarks on his offensive statements, because what he said in that lighter comedian mood, which actually, he should have thought before saying anything, because even if he was in a comedy show, he should have realized that where I come from, what are my followers taking me as a person. I have a social responsibility, I have to take accountability of what I say. But he went with the flow and he made those statements because he never thought about it, that what will be the repercussions. Are my audiences, who are generally my followers or my subscribers, will they take it in a light way, or they'll feel bad about it, they'll feel offended? And what happened after that, I'm sure he never imagined about it also. His name, his character, his reputation, his brand, everything became a question mark. Despite his online apology to the masses, which many felt that it was not a genuine apology, and he was too late in giving that apology as well. Despite that apology, there was another video which came where he was crying and he was like, just saying his state of mind right now. But he again used a very foul word there, or foul language, because of which, this just added to the whole fire, to the whole episode which was going on. This has actually sparked conversations on the online medium, on the social media platform, as to the public figures, the YouTube content creators, the influencers. They need to be held accountable. They need to take responsibility of what they are saying on the public forum, because they have so many followers. There are people who look up to them, and so they cannot be casual about what they say on the public platforms. The key takeaways as per me are power of words. Be mindful of what you're saying, because what you say, people are going to perceive it just the way you're saying it. People will not take you that, okay, fine, you're a big content creator, or you are the chairman, or you are the managing director, or you're a manager in the company. What you say, people will perceive you, and perceptions can be changed at any given point of time. Even if you worked 10 years, something that you say which does not go well with the audiences, your 10 years of hard work can come down, can come crashing down. Public accountability, you have to hold yourself accountable of what you're doing, because you are a public figure. People look up to you. Role of an apology. If an apology comes very late, then it loses its meaning. And a genuine apology is always accepted. But if your apology does not seem to be genuine to other people, then it can backfire you as well. And use content in moderation. Not everything is okay in the name of comedy, having fun, chilling out. This is okay, and sab chalta hai. That kind of an attitude will always backlash at any given point of time. So avoid very offensive or insensitive statements when you are addressing a gathering anywhere, be it online, or you're going for a conference, or you're going for any kind of show. Please choose your words very wisely. So here in my today's episode, I will share with you 5 techniques that will help you in choosing your words very wisely. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sonia, your host and companion on Thinking Thursdays. So let's get started with our episode. But before that, hit the subscribe button if you've still not subscribed to my channel, as I bring very meaningful episodes which help you in your personal and your professional life. So grab your cups of coffee and let's start with the episode today. The first one, think before you speak. Pause and reflect. Think about the end. What will be the end result of what you are saying? Many times we just say because we want to respond. We don't want to think about what our words are going to be translating into somebody else's mind and how it's going to turn out. We just say it because किसी ने हमसे कुछ पूछा, हमें बस उसका जवाब देना है immediately. We will not think about it. So please think before you speak. Analyze your thoughts. Think through, is this what I really want to say? And is this how the other person will also perceive what I'm trying to say? Will my emotions also be conveyed with what I'm trying to, what I'm trying to establish here? So please think before you speak. Think about what will be the end result of what I'm saying. So instead of saying that, this idea is crappy, it won't work, or what a shitty idea that you brought on table for me. Instead of saying this, you could say that it's a very interesting perspective or an interesting idea. What are the challenges that you foresee in this? So what are you trying to do is, you're not offending the other person. You're also telling that it's a nice idea, but there could be challenges. So if the other person has not thought of those challenges, just when you say that, what are the challenges that you foresee in this idea? The other person, if not thought about those challenges, will now start thinking about it. And maybe in the end, he might also or she might also realize that, oh, it's a great idea, but I think in this situation, it might not work out. So please think before you speak. That's my first technique. Now, the second technique is ask clarifying questions. Just when a person is making a statement or sharing something with you, you don't have to react immediately. Just ask more questions to get more details and only then come to a conclusion. So you could say, what are the barriers that you're foreseeing in completing this project? What has been your learning experience? How do you think we'll save more time? And, we can increase our productivity if we execute this software. So whenever you are saying something, please analyze your thoughts and ask questions. If you feel that you need more details before you can voice your final thought, ask more questions. That will give the other person and you equal opportunity to analyze before you come to any conclusion. The third technique is use neutral and positive language. Saying good things to people always brings a smile. Praising somebody for their good habits or good skills is always better because you're trying to encourage the other person. Instead of making these very harsh and, disappointing or discouraging kind of statements to your peers or to your colleagues or to your bosses, or the bosses are making to you, you feel about it, right? So if you're a boss, if you're a manager, if you're a leader, even if you're a colleague, think about what you can say which will not make the other person be demoralized or make the other person feel very bad about, their own in terms of their work, in terms of how they performed, etc. Frame your words in a way that avoids conflict while still you get a chance to be honest and effective. So instead of saying your report is like, full of crap, full of shit, I can throw this report in a trash can, and your report is full of mistakes. So instead of saying, such offensive, in a very offensive manner, you could simply say that, the report looks fine, but I think there are some areas where the numbers are incorrect, or please relook at these areas and I think some improvements can be made, and then you can submit this report. So that looks very encouraging, right? If you say that, your report is crap shit, I can throw it in a trash can, imagine how the other person will feel. You think the other person will be able to concentrate in redrafting that report? I don't think so. The fourth is replace your assumptions with questions. So instead of saying you're always late to work, you're always late in meetings, you are never giving your projects on time, you never meet your deadlines. So instead of using these words, always, never, start asking questions as to what is the reason behind the other person is not able to come to office on time or is missing the deadlines. So say that, is there something blocking you from submitting your assignment on time? Is there something that you need from me, or do you need any help? Is there some challenge that you're facing? Are there any roadblocks that you're facing which we can consider, we can help you out, I can give you more resources if you need. Replace these assumptions by questions, because with that you'll actually find the root cause of the problem, and it'll also lead to the other person feeling more motivated, and then productivity levels going up. So always replace your accusations with conversations, because when you start having open conversations, you actually then find solutions. And lastly, avoid absolutes and overgeneralizations. Words like always, never, everyone seems very extreme and not very accurate. We mostly see that, people will go up to their bosses and say, you never support my ideas. You're never on my side. You always, support the other person. You're never listening to me. So instead of making these statements, you could simply say that, there are some of my ideas which have not caught your attention. Can we discuss about it? Now, what you're trying to do is you are not generalizing, and you are just trying to say that there were some ideas that you shared which probably have been missed out by the other person, and you'd like to discuss about it, right? It's so simple. So watch your tone. Don't get very hyper. Try to find a midway always. Let me also share with you a 3A rule. Aware, adapt, and assess. Aware means be mindful of what you are saying. So think, understand what is the context, who is your audience, and then choose your words very wisely. Adapt means frame your words in a way which does not have a negative impact on the other person. So use always positive words. Don't generalize. Don't assume things. And assess means think about the consequences. Once you've said it, you can't take your words back. Right? So once you've said it, what would be the consequences of it? So think about the end and then say what you want to say. Look at how it will be perceived by the other person. Will it lead to confusions, misinterpretation? And if that's the case, rephrase what you want to say or ask some questions to clarify if you have any doubts in your mind. In the end, I'd just like to say your words shape perceptions, relationships, and reputation. So be aware, adapt, and assess before you say anything. With that, we come to the end of our episode. I really hope that you found value in the content that I shared today. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and of course, share this video with as many friends as you want, and share it with your colleagues as well, as you never know, there might be somebody who might find value in this. And all the tips that I've shared, the techniques, and the 3A rule that I've shared, maybe they also might find it useful. So please share this video, and of course hit the subscribe button. I'm going to see you in my next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.